Hi, my name is John with EasyToLearnEnglish.com, and today we are talking about Hurricane Harvey. This is a huge storm, very, very large, massive in the United States right now. It's causing a lot of damage, so let's talk about it and let's learn 10 new words in 10 minutes. Disaster. Disaster means when something really bad happens. Huge, very bad, very, very big, very, very bad. Carry. Carry means to hold something, but usually it's heavier, like a backpack or a plant. I'm carrying a plant. To give aid. To give aid means to help, to give help. But we don't say that. We usually say to give aid, to give aid, to help. Rescue. Rescue means when you take someone in a bad situation and you bring them out of that bad situation. Evacuate. Evacuate means when you leave an area where there's a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Shelter. Shelter means any place where you can live or sleep and eat. So homes or shelters. Area. An area is a place. It's a section of a place. For example, this is a city. This is an area in the city. This is a city. This is an area in the city. Let's begin. We are talking about Hurricane Harvey. Now, this is a very, very, very big storm that is happening in America right now. And it is very destructive, very damaging to the area of Houston, Texas. And in this picture, you can see a man. He is up to his chest in flooded waters because when it floods, there's so much water from the rain that the water comes up and up and up and up and up and up, and it's up to his chest. You can also see the truck in the back. The truck is also, the water is very high on the truck as well. He is there to rescue everyone. Here we can see a father and his daughter. They are in a temporary shelter. Temporary means just for that moment, and shelter means anywhere where you can live, where you have something over your head, you can sleep and you can eat there. Here we can see a woman praying and lots of people in the shelter. This hurricane comes and creates so much destruction and damage that these people need to find a temporary shelter to sleep in. Here we can see a truck. We can see all of the flooding that's happened, all of the water. This truck is carrying a lot of people and rescuing them from the flood and the disaster. This picture says there are dozens of people. Dozens. Dozens means 12. Groups of 12. So when we say dozens, we mean 12, 12, 12, 12. Many, 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 many. Generally, it means many. Here we can see a boat. This boat is carrying a couple people. It's rescuing them in the flood and helping them and giving them aid when they need it. Here we can see a man. He's in his house, and this says he's looking for medicine for his wife, because when we have such destruction and damage from a flood, you can see the water in his house. When we have this, we need to grab the things that are most important: our pets, our medicine, some food, some water, flashlights, batteries. These things are very important, and so he's grabbing them. We can also see how much damage this flood is doing to his house. Here we can see a man and some cattle. Cattle means many cows. When we talk about many cows, we say cattle. These cattle are walking through the flood with the man Here we can see this is a boy with a family friend. The family friend is carrying him and throwing him off of the roof to a boat below. The boat will carry them and rescue them from the damaged area by the flood. We call these people National Guard. The National Guard is the military or soldiers who come during disasters, during hurricanes, to give aid and to help people. And he's very tired because he's been working so much, so he needs sleep too. Here we have some trucks. These trucks are carrying a lot of water because it's funny, there's a lot of water from the flood, but there's a lot of water that you can't drink. So we need to have drinking water. So these trucks are bringing a lot of drinking water to the flood area. Here we can see another National Guard worker. This National Guard worker is in the flood zone. He's walking through the water and he has a flashlight. He's looking for things. We can see some National Guard workers here. They are eating sandwiches, taking a break, and recovering from doing so much work, from rescuing and giving aid because of the flood damage from this hurricane, this disaster. This woman is evacuating. She is leaving her area and she's being given aid by 3 people because her area is flooded. She needs help and they are giving her aid. These people are also evacuating. They are on a boat. They are going through a damaged area by the flood, by the hurricane. Here we have 2 children. They are in a temporary shelter. Hopefully their family will come and they can stay with them if their family is okay. Here we have another boat. This boat is helping to evacuate other people and carry them to safety. Here we have more flooding. As you can see, this is a flooded highway, very important for traveling and getting away and evacuating. But this is going to be so damaged that we will have to rebuild everything. And floods, disasters, hurricanes are very bad for the American economy because they cost so much money to repair and rebuild. Here we have 2 people. They have evacuated. They're in a temporary shelter as well. We can see the mom has a blanket, very important for warmth and sleeping, and the boy has his dog, something very important to him. This man is on a roof. His shelter, his home, his permanent shelter where he lives, is damaged from the flood. Look how much water there is. It's so high. So he is trying to escape and he's waiting for rescue so he can evacuate and be given aid by someone. Here we have a picture of downtown Houston. We can see all of the flooding. It's so high up, so much damage. This is going to cost so much money for Houston and Texas. Here we have a helicopter. This helicopter is rescuing people from the flood zones and the areas that have a lot of damage and really giving aid to people who really need it and taking them to hospitals and things like that. We have a destroyed home here. You can just see how much damage is here. This area must have had a lot of flooding and a lot of destruction that came through. This is devastating, catastrophic. We cannot recover from this. You can't save this home. It's destroyed. Here we have more cattle. They're walking through flooded areas and disaster zones, areas with a lot of damage. They're trying to find shelter too. Look, this is a hotel. Do you see all the damage? It's incredible the amount of damage that comes from these disasters, these hurricanes, and this area of Houston is going to be destroyed and damaged for a long time until we repair it and build it again. This tree has fallen and it has damaged the nearby house. Can you imagine if this was you? Where would you go? Now they need new shelter, they need new housing, they need new homes and food and water and new lives. This sort of thing changes the way you think and how you feel about everything around you. This is right before the real damage started happening. Before the hurricane hit, we just see some wind, some birds flying around, very normal, just doesn't look too bad. It looks like a rainy day. just rainy and windy, not a full hurricane that's going to flood the whole city and cause so much damage. This sign says fill your gas tanks because before a big storm we need gas and we need necessities like food and water, gas to drive away and get away from the storm if there is time. And this is Houston before the storm hits. It looks very nice, right? It's normal, a normal city, very beautiful. So thank you for watching my video. I hope you learned 10 new words and you learned about a very important situation in America right now that is changing people's lives everywhere. And now you can talk about it with other people in English. Thank you. Bye. See you next time.